What's up, everybody? It's your girl Kiwana. I am back with Never Ever Met, Season 2, Episode 4, Lying for Sport. First of all, I just want to let y'all know this review is probably going to be lengthy because I have a lot to say. Second, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video that I drop. Also, make sure y'all liking my videos so I can stay in the algorithm of things and please let me know what else y'all want me to review because I really don't have anything to review. So, I'm getting a little bored. So now I'm still trying to find a throwback video to review, a season 1 of something. It'll come to me. I didn't realize I finished being Mary Jane, and I didn't realize Raising Kanan wasn't on this week. So I don't know. Okay. Y'all gotta work with me. Also, what else I wanted to say? I miss y'all. I've been gone. I super duper miss y'all. And did I say this? If I did, I'm gonna say it again. I am recording in a different spot. I am recording from my table. Usually I'm at my desk, but I just kind of didn't feel like it today. So I'm here at my table, which is why you see my thermostat. So yeah. Anyway, that's all I got. All right. So y'all, as I was saying, make sure you I did say that. Season 2, episode 4, Lying for Sport. This review is going to be a lot lengthy. I took notes. Whoo! I just want to say, Alicia, you need to go home. Sister. This ain't the show for you, and Irvin is getting tired. Can I tell y'all something though before? I ain't gonna lie, I low-key kind of saw a mirror of myself a little bit in Alicia, and I was like, frick. Listen, with therapy, you are able to recognize a few things that you kind of spaces you operate in that is very not healthy. And she thinks that is absolutely healthy. And I'm like, girl, no. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get this started. So the episode starts with Charlie. She's in a room with Jared. Jared is in Charlie and Jared and Kiki's room. He's in a separate bed. And then Jared goes downstairs, I guess. He sits with Cinco and Chris. So Jared asks Cinco and Chris how are they feeling about last night. So Chris said if the ladies knew that they were some dog that they would be in the doghouse. Cinco was like, not me. Y'all will be in a doghouse. Let's just go ahead and make that clear because I was not the one that said not nothing, not zero zip, nada. Okay? Chris said it wasn't me. So Jared punk ass led the charge to that raggedy ass game because we know he the one who said F no, but Charlie don't know he said F no. And Charlie doesn't also know that he ain't comfortable with being the Brady Bunch. He is not comfortable with being Mr. Brady. Okay? He said, again, there were 4 no's and 2 undecideds. I need to know who the rest of the people was. So, Chris said he was speaking for the moment last night when they did the game. He said he was just being petty. Sir, why would you do that? That is ghetto, that is ignorant, and you are childish. And I want to say the people said you was on Ready to Love, and I want to say I remember you. I feel like you on TV time. Now, was you on a Dallas or was you on the Miami? Either you was Dallas, Fort Worth, you was in this last bunch of Miami. That's what, I don't know which one, but you was in one of them. So anyway, he said, but if the question was asked again, he would say okay. Or maybe. He said he would be like maybe, maybe okay. And I was like, Chris, sir, I just need you to drop all the way off to hell. Okay? All right. Anyway, Brandon. Brandon and Kiki, okay? So Brandon tells, oh, no. Brandon came to sit with the dudes, all right? And so he told them that Kiki approached him about him writing no on his card. And he told her he was tired. He didn't want to talk about it. And he was going to talk about it the next day. And he said he feel bad, but he doesn't feel bad. And I'm like, Anyway, Cinco points out that communication is everybody's issue, and y'all have to figure it out, okay? First of all, I would like to say this. Cinco was 100% right. This is why the exercises they had them doing, these intimacy exercises, was something that should have been not brought to the forefront. It really should have been like trust issues, communication issues. Let's start slow. Even though you know these people online, you don't know them in person. And now we're starting to see the breakdown of all of these relationships because it is all a shit show. Okay? Every last one of them. Now I'm going to say this. The only people that we hadn't seen break down was Cinco and Jay. That's all. Anyway, Tatiana is at a point, if she was just like, listen, I don't care if Cavassier eat vegan or not, because at this point she just don't trust him. If you lie about being vegan, you a cheat. If you a cheat, you a steal. If you steal, you kill. Okay, that's where my girl at. She don't trust him. Point blank in the period. So Jared, bitch ass, asked Charlie, how do you feel? Like, he literally sits on this sofa like the fuck boy he is and talk to this lady as if he has interest in her and he don't give a about her. Like, it is insane. You can look at him like he is the devil. He is not to be trusted. He's the guy who comes off as the nice guy, and he ain't shit. So he said he feel bad about last night and he has love for Charlie. And I was like, Jared, please, we're in a recession. So this little bastard told Charlie, he always tell everyone him and Charlie is so deep or in so deep. I was like, the whole time he looking down like he's like this. Yeah, I tell everybody, me and you, we so deep. And she just sitting there smiling like a dumbass. Like, this nigga is lady, this dude is lying to you, okay? He's a liar. He said he can't find words. He was like, I just can't find words to explain our She said dynamic. He said, yeah, our dynamic. I was like, Jared is a joke. If I had ever seen, Jared is a joke, okay? So, Brandon and Kiki. Brandon and Kiki talk. Kiki thinks Brandon is being controlling, and she says the control starts small, and then as she give in, he's gonna be controlling her to do more and more and more. And she says she's not an alcoholic. And I was just thinking, I just need somebody to explain how many drinks Kiki have so we can understand if she's an alcoholic or not. That's all. All right, y'all, my big notebook. My notes. So Brandon is having a conversation with I want to say it was, what's her name? Alice? I don't know that lady. The controlling lady, I think. And Tatiana. And the people that was in the house. Okay? Y'all. When I say y'all, Alicia is a little bit unhinged. Like, bro. Like, girl, what are you doing? So, Alicia walked in the kitchen saying, don't do that. I don't like how you talking to me. Shout out to my cousin, okay? Because my cousin be saying that. I don't like how you talking to me. Shout out to my cousin. But that's what, if I was Brandon, that's what I would have said. Baby, I don't like how you talking to me. So Alicia walk in the kitchen talking about don't do that. And basically, she don't want to hear about nobody else's problems. And that he needs to go talk to Kiki. First of all, ma'am, you need to go in your room. You came to a whole public place. And now you trying to control the conversation because it's not good for your centering and your mental health. Ma'am, if you don't get the entire hell out of my face. Like, because you're doing too much. At this point, Alicia is doing way too much. So she tells Brandon she don't want to hear their problems, that he need to go talk to Kiki because it's draining her, and that's why she been shifting around in the pool and all of that. Ma'am, if you don't go in that pool and drown, okay? Cause listen, y'all. Listen. I know sometimes I can seem a little abrasive with some of my wording, but Alicia, as sweet as pie she look like she is, she pissed me off because she is the epitome of a little toxic. Okay, like trauma. Something has happened to her. I don't know, but I think she think that she's healthy. She's moving and operating in a healthy space, but I don't know, honey. I don't know. Okay. So Brandon was like, you need to worry about your relationship with Irvin. And then he said, man, in his confessional, she came at me all aggressive. Now, hold up. Now, she might have been wrong and out of line. But I do not like when y'all use that word aggressive towards certain skin tone of women. You know, now she came at you with a little attitude, and she may have came at you sideways, but I don't know, Brandon. So Brandon tells Alicia he don't like how she came at him about me and Kiki, and you don't know nothing about us. You need to worry about you and Irvin, okay? So then Irvin walked in the kitchen, and Brandon tell him what Alicia did, and he did like this. Because, y'all, he already knew Alicia be on some bullshit. Your girl be on some bullshit, okay? So Irvin also said in his confessional, Alicia should have minded her business and kept her mouth closed. And he thinks she's the problem. Listen, low key, Alicia, I think you're a little problematic, la mama, okay? He said Alicia was being in everybody else's business, and that's a red flag. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a red flag, sir. Now you doing too much. You know, it's a little nosy, a lot nosy, because, ma'am, mind your business. So Irwin goes up to Alicia and asks her what happened when she was in the kitchen. She said, all I did was said, wait, what she said? She said all she did was all I did was minding my business. He tell her you can't say mind your business and you make a comment on people's business, basically. So she told Irvin. She did tell Brandon. She was like, listen, I told Brandon to go talk to Kiki. And he tell her, listen, you need to mind your business. And she said, okay. So she said, okay, I will mind my business. She said, that was my bad. As Irvin was trying to explain why, he was just trying to explain. I don't think Irvin was trying to be a way. He wasn't trying to be like an ass. He really wasn't. I think sometimes Alicia will say something and she knows she's wrong, and then she'll try to soften her way out of the situation to make it seem like I'm not wrong because I'm owning my stuff. No, you're owning it because you don't want to hear what you've done wrong. Now, if I'm wrong, y'all let me know and drop it in the comments. Because she be doing too much. She be doing the most. So, As he was trying to explain his point, she then said to him, don't reprimand her. It feels like she's being reprimanded. No, you just don't like nobody to tell you how you can operate. Sister. Like, you don't, like, that's what's happening right now. Like, you do not like people to tell you how to operate. That's not okay. You don't like correction, and that's a problem. So anyway, he was like, look, just listen. And he said he wanted to protect, like, as a man, I want to protect you, but I don't want to have to fight all of your battles. She tells her, he told her to stop agitating the problem and just chill out. She said, am I not taking accountability for anything today? Like, you are really not taking accountability. You're just saying it just so he can stop talking to you and stop telling you what your problem is. That's it. You are not fully responsible and taking accountability. No, you're not doing that. You are saying it, but in true heart of heart, you're not really taking accountability. Let's be for real. So, she said she didn't do nothing. He was saying, listen, moving forward, and as he was getting ready to say what he was going to say, this heifer was like, I ain't even finna speak in tongues because I'm not even finna play with the Lord like that. She started to speak in tongues. Girl, she said, she said she's doing what she have to do for her body. I really feel like y'all got people like Chris and Alicia on here to play in our face at this point. So Alicia says he's stressing her out and she looked like the wild woman. So she's speaking in tongues, calling down the Holy Spirit, trying to regulate her emotions because he keeps activating her. Girl, you sound crazy. Because he's not activating you. He's just letting you know, like, his take on, just kind of explaining to you why. The truth of the matter is you don't want to hear it. Because you have set in your mind that you are perfect. You have set in your mind that I went to therapy. I done the work. I am healed. I eat clean. So I am perfect on the inside. No, you are a mess, doll. You are a mess. Like, I'm sorry. Like, and you keep using what you have going on to make it seem like you got it all together. I'm sorry. I liked Alicia and I thought she was strong in her stance and all of that. But when you start to rip Alicia by the seams, you're flawed, but you don't act like you are. And that's the problem. And I'm not saying she's a bad person. I'm just saying that you are flawed. Now, this is what real accountability looks like and real healthy looks like. When you can look at somebody and you can be like, you know what? I do that. And moving forward, I will work on that. Because I'm going to keep it a buck with y'all. There are things in Alicia that I recognized in myself in my now. And that's not a good look. When you're looking at somebody, when you look at that reflection staring back at you, you'll be like, dang, I really do that. Moving forward, I'm sorry. Y'all ain't need to know all that. So, back to this. So he tells her, don't do it again. Just don't do it again. And you can tell it was a frustration in Irving. I keep forgetting his name, Irving. But it was also like, listen, I'm just trying to help you. Like, don't do it again. Like, it was just like a concern and a frustration at the same time, y'all. If that makes sense. Like, you could tell in his energy. And now his energy, I don't even think he's even attracted to her. Y'all, I didn't even know they've been at this house for 1 week. That's what's crazy. Like, y'all breaking down so fast in 7 days. That is insane to me. So she tells Irvin, don't talk to me like that. He said, listen, I'm not talking to you like nothing. Just stop. Just stop. So Alicia said, why can't there be peace? Maybe it's the spirit of the house. It's you. Then she said she feel attacked and misunderstood. Now that would be misunderstood is probably what I would say about Alicia. Like, I think she is definitely misunderstood. She said she's being inserted into people's stuff. They're talking about stuff in front of her. She said she don't think Irvin anger is warranted at this moment, and she is so drained by it all. Ma'am, you inserted yourself in these people. Like, are you okay? Like, I hear that all the time, but I feel like I need to ask, are you okay? Because you inserted yourself in these people's situation. You walked in the kitchen. You could have very well went to your room, or you could have walked in the kitchen, grabbed a vegan cucumber, and shut the hell up. You didn't have to say nothing to Brandon. You didn't want to hear it. And if you're in a house with all of these people, I'm sorry, it's not going to go your way like that. You tripping. You on one. You inserted yourself in these people's business, and you got what you got. Okay? When I tell you, bro, this girl aggravated my entire... No, she didn't. She just aggravated me. Okay? I'm sorry, y'all. And as far as Irvin's anger, he was aggravated, but I don't even think he was angry. It's like you're really misinterpreting him, and you keep looking at it as him chastising you or him coming for you. Like, you're so, what is that word? Defensive. You're very defensive, and I want to say it's your trauma that has you defensive like that. Like, you don't want anybody telling you anything. And I think that's just how you operate. You operate around people that probably say to you, you are a good person, and you probably are, but you probably have people who don't correct you. Especially when you're wrong. I'm sorry. Kiki and Brandon. All right, they meet with Dr. Allie. Basically, Brandon has trauma from his mom and dad. They divorced because his dad was an alcoholic. Kiki said she is a social drinker. She says she has sympathy for Brandon, but I'm not your stepdad. And she don't like the comparison, and she feels judged. Now, Kiki, I think, like Kiki too, you because you know he's holding some sort of mirror to you, you feel like it's judgment. And it's not. And you guys have to take accountability. Like, you have to take accountability. So Dr. Allie asked the both of them, what is considered enough drinks? Brandon was like, a 3-drink minimum. Kiki said 2 to 3 drinks and 3 shots. Kiki! That's a lot of drinks. Okay? Kiki, I think you got some sort of a problem. Let me tell you. Because, ma'am, I went to happy hour with my friends yesterday, and I had 3 margaritas, a shot and a half, and 3 cups of water. Okay? And my head just started hurting before I finished this review. That's a lot. And I'm a social drinker. I do not drink as often. But when I do, I have a low tolerance. I guess that's what that is, because I don't drink often. But Kiki, and something tells me this is probably what you do every weekend. And ma'am, I don't know, Kiki. You so you got an issue. I'm not gonna call it an alcohol problem. I'm just gonna say you got an issue with consumption. You know, you got an issue with limitations on alcohol. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to call it. So, Dr. Allie said 4 drinks is considered binging. It is more, what did she say? With women, it's less drinks. I think she said like 3 or something with women, but with men, 4 more is considered binging. Oh, Kiki, Kiki, you passed your limit when you added them shots in there, sister. So, but Kiki did say she lost her mom a year ago, a year or so ago, and so drinking has been helping her to cope. Kiki, I really did try to take up for you, but I do think you may consume alcohol just a little bit more, especially since your mom died. And as Dr. Allie said, that is that form of using alcohol and pills and all of that to cope so you won't have to think about it. But at the end of the day, once your high comes down, the thought is still there. Like, Kiki really needs to seek help. Like, it just is what it is. So I'm just gonna say it sounds like you got an addiction, sister. So anyway, Dr. Allie tells Brandon, people with anxiety and trauma can tend to over control. And again, that is true. He tells her, maybe you come off a bit aggressive, especially in these stages like this. So, he was able to receive it. And that's what I like. He was able to receive it. He said he'll be less controlling. And sometimes you really do have to work on your trauma, because your trauma will speak through you. Your trauma, like she said to Alicia last week, your trauma is trying to control the other person. Your trauma wants that other person to change. I don't know. That was just, listen, I like Dr. Allie. We need to keep her around. I'm cool with it. So Dr. Allie asked Brandon to leave so she can talk to Kiki. Now, Kiki, girl, I can't take up for you no more. Listen, sister, girl, cause Kiki. So Kiki talks with Dr. Allie. She says she feel lonely because they are not meshing. And sis, I'ma tell you why y'all ain't meshing. Kiki said Kiki was in a relationship for 8 years. She was engaged to this guy, and she let that relationship go 4 months ago. 4 months ago. She said he had outside babies. He was cheating. He was doing the absolute most. So I'm thinking, if that was 8 years ago, you let this relationship go. She said 4 months. But ma'am, now the mat of it all, you 4 months, but you've been talking to Brandon for 4 years. Come to find out, she was still living with her ex-fiance the entire time. And so she has to tell Brandon, ma'am, you ain't right, because you've been doing wrong this entire time. And you feel guilty. You feel guilty about what you've done. And if you tell Brandon that there is a possibility this man is going to walk away from you. And I'm sorry, like, if you can lie to me for 4 years about that, you can lie to me about everything else. Like, listen, this season, everybody and their mama on here been lying y'all been lying about babies, ex-fiancés, what else y'all? Oh, and being vegan. Oh, and actually liking somebody that you don't really like. Make that make sense to me. Like, y'all, I am so confused. Like, I am so freaking thoroughly, I'm not confused. It just is what it is, and none of these people don't need to be together. It is just a show for entertaining purposes, okay? And I am thoroughly entertained. Anyway, Jared, everybody get in a car and they head over to Top Golf. Jared is still talking to Charlie about sleeping with her boy. Bye. Tatiana is still annoyed with Clave about lying about being vegan. She want to know what else he lying about. Girl, he lying about a whole 2-month-old baby. Okay? So, anyway, Irving sitting at the table with Alicia. And she was and so she looked at him. And so she said, what? Weird? Am I weird? No, I'm sorry, I'm lying, y'all. I'm lying. She said, so I can't dance? What the? So she said, I can't deal with somebody calling me weird. Brittany said he didn't say a word. I'm sorry, I had to rewind that 3 times. 3 times, because I was like, well, maybe he did. And, I was wrong. That man ain't say nothing. He was like, huh? Like, I'm sorry, y'all. Bro, girl was wrong. Woo, girl. Now, Alicia, you really need to go home and continue to do the work. Like, this ain't it. This ain't it. You and Irvin don't belong together. It is very evident and very clear. So, I'm not sure, and in the next part, I'm not sure what's happening with Brittany and Ty. But she was like, Ty, just don't. And it seemed like all Ty do is yell. And I would have just said, I don't like the way you talking to me. Shout out to my cousin. I don't like the way you talking to me. But, okay. Anyway, Tatiana approaches Clavassier about being a vegan. At this point, she checked out. She said that, I hate that you're lying. So Alice, whatever that lady name is, the other lady name with the A, Alice, I don't forgot her damn name, the one that's with Chris. She was like, so are you mad? It was like you're picking apart why Tatiana is mad. Are you mad because he vegan? No, ho. I'm mad because he's lying about being vegan. I don't care about him being vegan. You don't have to lie about that. That pissed me off. Because you trying to make it seem like, you trying to make it seem like that lady tripping. And she not. Like, don't do that. She's lying solely, only about him lying about, she's pissed because he's lying about being vegan. The lady don't like liars. It is clear. So everybody get back in the car. The car ride was very awkward. Okay. Jared and Charlie arrive at the Boom Boom room, and there's a camera on the wall. They hug and they said it was a good night. And I just wish Charlie had not gave up her good coochie, okay, to raggedy Jared. I just wish she had not. I just wish you had not, okay? That little bastard, y'all. I do not like Jared. I'm sorry. I am definitely gonna be on Jared's ass for the duration of this season. Point blank in the period. Now, if he right about something, I'ma back him up when he right. But most of the time, Jared gets no grace from me. Okay? So Alicia and the ladies are in the bathroom. At this point, she said Irvin called her weird. Ma'am, he did not. Why are you still here? Alicia said that there is some bad energy. No, ma'am, you have created all of this bad energy between you and Irving. It was you. Like, not with the first time, the way he came at you, I can understand that. But, he still was mad, and I felt like the reason why he was frustrated with you the first time, I can understand that. But you took it, and instead of just really hearing him, it's like you respond just so he won't say anything to you. Like, that is very evident. You are not okay. It is clear. So Clavassier apologizes about lying about being vegan. However, you're still lying about this baby. I'm tired, Jesus. I'm tired. So anyway, Brittany and Ty get into it. Before they got into it, she was like, you ain't about to get none of this good stuff, okay? Go get it from somebody else. Ty, you know what? Never mind. She said she seemed like, did she say she said he need to seem like something sexual is happening with them? I don't know. She said basically he's all talking, no action. At this point, I checked out when Ty started yelling at her. He really has a problem with the way he talked to people, especially the ladies. You talk at them. And again, I don't like how you talking to me. Shout out to my cousin, okay? Cause child, you know, and they just going back and forward, and I had to do this, I had to get on the grill, you gonna ask me to go get you something to drink and this and that, and I was just like, this bitch ass nigga, like, that's what I get. Anyway, this is where the episode ends, with them arguing. It's gonna get worse next week. At this point, I need Alicia to get off my screen. We can bring a new lady on for Irvin. If Irv, have you been talking to somebody else online? Bring on your ex, because apparently you've been talking to your ex. So, that's it. That's all. Okay. I will come back tomorrow with the Housewives of Atlanta. Okay. And then Monday I will bring y'all, what's the other one? Love and Hip Hop Miami, baby. We gonna have on my earrings, baby. We gonna have this final review, gonna be real ghetto, okay? So break out the 40s, all right? And I will see y'all in the next one.